Hi everybody and welcome back to Kevin's Upfront Opinion today. So, I thought I'd respond to a couple of comments that I received over the weekend to do with a video that I did about Nigel Farage. Okay, on him being the next Donald Trump in waiting. Now the problem is, next election isn't until 2029. So that's a long time. And there are things that you can take a look at Nigel Farage and basically say he's just a copycat of Donald Trump at the end of the day, except with a damn sight less money. And when I say that, the reason is he wants to go down the route of Doge, which Elon Musk did, saying, oh, we're going to save all this money by getting rid of all of this stuff. But when you take a look at it, didn't really save a lot of money. Always talking about immigration. It's the only thing that Nigel Farage can talk about. And when you take a look at the numbers, okay, since about 2020, when we left the EU, I think it was January 2020, numbers haven't really changed. Certain times of year, they're worse than others. Okay. But they've stayed between 30 to 38,000 every single year. Now, before we left the EU, there's no argument about it. Okay, we were under 10,000. So since we've left the EU, numbers have tripled, more than tripled. Okay. Now, the one thing that one particular person said to me is, surely the British electorate are intelligent enough not to elect him or any reform candidate. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, they are stupid enough to vote for Nigel Farage and reform candidates. Otherwise, we wouldn't have reform MPs currently at the moment. Now, some people may say, yeah, but that was a protest vote against the Conservatives back last year. Yeah, you could put that argument, but there was nothing stopping them from voting for the Liberal Democrats or the Greens or Labour at the end of the day, but they decided to vote for reform. And the argument is why do people vote for reform? Because they don't really stand for anything. All they stand for is stopping immigration. And that's why. Because people are fed up with the amount of immigrants that are coming into this country. Yes, there's a lot of false narratives that come out. And it's like I said in a video, which is due to go out later on this evening on another channel, which is Borderlines, where I said, if government wants to affect change and reduce numbers, okay, in the way of illegal immigration, they can do it. You've just got to take a look at America. Now, last year, America had over 2 million people that crossed the southern border, according to their equivalent of Border Force, because I had to look at the numbers. Okay. Now, the last month Biden was in charge, they had 60,000 across the southern border. Last year, the average month was 100, I think it was about 177,000 per month. We don't even get that a year. They were averaging that per month. Since Donald Trump's taken over, he's averaging around about 11 to 12,000. I think his worst month was 12,400 and a few more, which was in May. That's the worst that he's doing. Now, when you take into account, he has a border of 1,300 miles, which is way bigger than the South Coast. It goes to show change can happen. But the thing is, government don't want change. No party wants change. Not even Reform really want change, to be honest. If they're actually honest with themselves, they say that they want change, but what they actually want is power. And if you look in the past, just got to look at the Liberal Democrats. What did they do in 2010? Made all these promises they wouldn't do. Go into coalition with the Conservatives, sell all their supporters out, straight down the river. Now, people may not like that. Which brings me on to the other comment that somebody's made, where they said, we need to make England great again. Not the UK great again. They said England great again. In my book, England's always been a great country. Probably one of the greatest countries in the West. You know, so what I would actually like to know is actually what they actually mean by making it great again. Yes, we don't have industry in this country. There's a reason for that. We can't compete. When people are earning, what, about £12 an hour minimum wage, do you really think steel industry, or when we had a coal industry, or any other industry you want to look at, is going to be able to compete with India or China, where they are nowhere near that amount of money? Not even close to that. So all those people that talk about wanting to make England great again, what do you actually mean by making it great again? Because it's always been a great country. Take a look at the freedoms you have in this country compared to the rest of the world. A lot of countries around the rest of the world. You know, so let me know what you personally think. Is England a great country, or isn't it? And fundamentally, are people going to be stupid enough or naive to vote Reform when the next election comes in, what, about 4 years' time? So let us know in the comments down below. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you again a bit later.